Have you ever been in a series like this? You've won 11 straight. Boy, there's been a lot of close calls and wonderful comebacks by the Longhorn team. Have you ever been in a series like this, or what's been the key factors in Longhorns coming back so many times?
I'm not sure. I haven't. Most coaches don't get to coach against somebody 11 times. But the Tech one's what I think it's 9-3 or something. But they've been close. There's been a lot of close ones in that one. You start looking at them. I think the fact is they've got a lot of Texas kids. They've got more Texas kids probably than anybody we play outside the state of Texas. So those kids get really excited about playing in our game. And you look at it. I think we've come from behind 3 times in the 11 years. The rest of them, have been good games, and they've been tough games, but it's because they're getting better. Mike's done a great job. Les Miles did a really good job there, and Mike's just continued, and now they're one of the best teams in the country. I think you're looking again at the Big 12 South has some of the best teams in America in it, and that's what makes our division so tough.
Coach, we talk about just the atmosphere. The kids seem to be closer to the field, the paddles. It's just kind of a different environment.
Yes, the field itself is unique. I think it's the only one, or maybe one of 2 that is built in the opposite direction of all the other fields in the country. I think theirs is east-west, isn't it, and the rest are north-south. And the boundary is really, really close to you. I remember one year up there I was on the sideline and my headphones went out and we scored a touchdown. And some guys that were enjoying their beverages that felt like they were sitting with me. I mean, it's that close up there. When we scored, said, "Brown, you're such an idiot. They don't even let you hear what they're calling when they score the touchdown." And I thought, he's really right. I didn't even have it on. So, but you get to know the fans pretty well there. But it's fun. It's the fans are always great up there, and the fans behind the bench are aggressive, but they're fun. They usually know your mom's name, and they got a lot of information on you.
You talk about Zach Robinson, maybe at times the forgotten quarterback in the Big 12. That's pretty impressive.
Yes, Zach's won a whole lot of football games, and he takes care of the football. He runs the ball really well. You can tell by the fact that they've only given up 4 sacks this year that he is a very good quarterback, and I don't think that he gets the credit he deserves. He's been good against us every year that we've played. Really tough. You hit him, he jumps right back up and goes back to play. But he's been a great player for Oklahoma State.
Coach, you guys always talk. Any coach always talks about not turning the ball over. But the way your defense is playing, is it even more important now? Talking to the offense about, hey, if we keep the ball, we're going to win a game because our defense is good.
We do. Our offenses here at times have had to outscore the other team because we've given up a lot of points. And right now we're giving up 13 points a game. We're in the top 10 in scoring defense. And we're in a position where we can be smarter. And a punt's a good play for us sometimes on offense. We don't have to take as many chances as we did in some years. And at the same time, if we will go back and protect the ball the last 5 games like we did last year and continue to force turnovers, that'll be the great combination. We're still we're having too many turnovers offensively. Last year we didn't have any. And the defense didn't force any. This year, the defense is forcing a lot more. I think we're at 21 now, and our offense isn't protecting it as well. So we've got to make sure we protect the ball and continue to play the same on defense and get our field position in the kicking game. I thought covering kicks on Saturday was the best we've done in kickoff coverage. We're really aggressive and did a good job, and our punting was good. And again, Dwayne's just the best with his group at blocking and returning punts in the country. Oklahoma State's always great in special teams. They're averaging 45.5 yards per punt. So it'll be a great challenge again for our punt block and return team, because if you get a great punter, it gives you more opportunities to return.
Coach, speaking of special teams, that's an amazing stat to get a special teams touchdown in 5 of the 7 games. How much time do you devote to special teams?
We are doing more than ever, John. We thought we did more than anybody in the country, and this year we've just added, because it is, when you have an opportunity to score, like we do every play in special teams, the kids are so excited about it, they're fighting with coaches to try to get on the teams. And I just feel like that it's in these type games, when you're in the mix at the top, you've got to handle the turnover ratio, and especially on the road, you got to make some plays in kicking game. And we're actually working on every phase, every day of practice. So we're putting a tremendous amount of time in it. Our coaches are doing a great job, and it's paying off.
Coach, last week a lot of guys talked about playing with swagger. I think Coach said calls it swag up. Do you think they play with swagger too, especially the offense?
I did. You sit around and you can take 2 or 3 approaches. You can go in and think, oh my gosh, we could get beat. This team's pretty good and we can't mess up. And you can feel that pressure. Or you can go in and say, we are Texas. We're good. We've earned the right to be good, and we're going to give you our best shot, and here we come. And that's the way we challenge the guys to do it at Missouri. We've earned the right to be good here. So let's go ahead and act like you're good and walk into the stadium like you're going to win the game, and that's who we are. And I was really proud, not arrogance, not complacency. Swagger means that your body language is good. It means that you walk in with confidence, and it means that you handle situations during the game that come up that other people might not handle well, and you handle them in a first-class manner. And I appreciated that, and this team is getting its swagger now. I thought it was the first time the offense really had its swagger. Defense has had it. Special teams has had it. We needed to add the offense to it, and I was really proud that Colt kind of jump-started that whole thing.
Mack, you talked a lot about how this 4-game stretch is a lot like last year's. We all know how last year's ended. Do you talk about that at all, about the way the Tech game went? Because I know that playing 1 second better, doing those kind of things is going a long way down.
Yes, we do, Bob. We thought that last year at this time, I asked the kids, how'd you feel? What'd you feel headed to Lubbock? This is the same week, same situation. Everything's the same. How many times in your life do you get a chance to redo something that you're not as proud of as you could have? So that's the emphasis of this week. We don't need style points. We don't need to do anything other than win. So find a way to win this week against a really good team that you've got respect for, but don't be surprised. I mean, they're talking about all the excitement up there. We should be excited too. This is fun for us. This is a great time for us, and we need to enjoy it, embrace it, and go attack it.
Coach, can you talk about how you were handling the possible Des Bryant situation this week? Do you treat him like an injury? Because obviously something crazy could happen on Thursday and maybe he plays.
Yeah, what we've done is we always prepare for them to have their full complement of players regardless of who we played. It was really interesting when Sam Bradford was preparing to play. We were glad he played the week before because it was clear-cut he would play against us. But we did think if Sam got hurt, in some ways it's tougher for us, for the new guy to come in, because you have to prepare for both, and you're just not sure if they just change little things about their play calls. So for us, you start looking at Annie M. is a guy that's got 19 catches the last 2 weeks. So what they've done is doing a great job of putting someone out there and moving forward without Des. But if he plays, we'll just prepare for him to play.
Coach, I know people always tend to think about that comeback against Oklahoma State whenever you're able to pick, but it seems like the fast start line would be a pretty good one.
It would. I think I should mention that this week, that we haven't started in this game as well as we have, but give our kids credit for hanging in there and coming back. And one of the earmarks of our program has been comebacks in the fourth quarter, and this series has had a lot of those. And I think it's who you are. You'd rather not get behind. But I do remember after, I think it was the one here where we were down 35-7. In the second quarter, and we won 56-35 after the game. I always call my mother, because if I don't, I'm in bad trouble. And I called Mom, and I said, Mom, what about that comeback? And she said, yeah, everybody's bragging on your halftime talk. What about pregame? Could you give a pregame talk that's more decent than that so you could get them started right? And that's my mother.
Coach, we keep talking about this 4-game stretch again, but will you talk about the difference? And last year you seemed to be digressing when you went to Tech, and this year you all seem to be peaking as you hit this game.
We actually had chances in the Oklahoma State game last year to open it up 2 or 3 times and didn't score at the end. And the week before we were 35-3 against Missouri, so we felt like that as good as these teams are that we play, nobody had ever beaten 4 top-ranked teams before. We had our chance to do it, and then obviously everybody talks about the game at Tech. We actually won it with 1:27 left and lost it with 1 second left, or 3, whatever it was. It was late. So we just feel like we just got to keep playing, be ourselves, and not get so into last year. How many people would like to be 12-1, third in the country, and beat Ohio State in the Fiesta Bowl? It's not like it was a disastrous season. We did pretty good. But when your objective is to win the national championship, then everything else seems to fall short. What I want these kids to do is number one, we need to win the Big 12 South. So we're not looking at the end. We're looking at this weekend as a huge opportunity to be 5-0 in our league, and that's something that we need to do, and that's what the kids are looking at, and they're looking at it with excitement. There was the same buzz in the meeting room yesterday that we had before the OU game. This has got their attention, and it's fun.